So time and time again, you're opening up your Pro Tools session and it's missing audio files. If you take this one step, you can avoid that problem forever. All right, so I do have some other videos out on my channel all about importing audio properly, and I do think it's really important to learn how to import audio properly and to understand the underlying concepts there. So things like sample rate and bit depth and file format and how that all fits into things, how that all affects things. So I'm going to put a card on the screen and one or maybe more links in the description below. So if you want to learn more, go check that out. The basic cliff note for importing audio properly, though, is that if you're dragging and dropping, the safe way to do it is to hold Option when you drag and drop the file into your clip list or into your edit window here. And then the other way that you can import audio that's good to know about is you can go File, Import Audio, or you can do Command-Shift-I to import audio, and it's going to open up the Import Audio dialog that has more information for you to view. So here we are in the import audio dialog, and I do think this is good for people to use at some point just so they can kind of dig into things in a different way and learn a little bit more about how Pro Tools tends to work so they can be better in the future, whether they use this dialog or not. So like when you click on a file here, you can see more information about the file, and you can see that Pro Tools lets you either add or copy it because this is at the same format as my session currently is, 48,000 hertz, which is 48 kilohertz. So I think this is good to know about, and the big takeaway that I tend to tell people to do is to make sure that they hit copy here so that their audio file is actually copied into their session folder. So when they move their session to another computer or to another studio or what have you, it's going to be with the audio files. It will not be missing the audio files, right? So if you over and over are experiencing missing audio files in your Pro Tools session, it's probably originated somewhere here. So you might have either dragged and dropped your audio into your session, or you chose add here instead of copy or convert. And that means that your audio file is still wherever it was originally on your computer. So I'm just going to hit cancel here. And I think that's all good to know, but there's one setting that you can change to kind of just avoid this issue forever, just in case, right? So it's kind of like a fail safe that can help you avoid this problem in the future. So what I want you to do is go to setup and then go into your preferences. And then I want you to go to, I believe it's in the processing tab. Let's find it here. Yeah. So in the import section, there's automatically copy files on import. Check that off. And then also convert copied files to session format. I would also check that off. So this, what it does is it makes sure that whenever you import any kind of audio, whether that's drag and drop or otherwise, it's going to make sure that it copies that file into your audio files folder. So now it's less likely to be missing if you move things around. And then this makes sure that it converts that audio file, because if you've ever imported an audio file and it sounds like it's like too high and squeaky or it's like pitched down, oftentimes that has to do with the actual sample rate of the file. So if the sample rate for the file is like 96K, for example, and you import it into a 44.1 session or vice versa, it's going to be reading it back at the wrong rate. And with audio, when we play something back either too fast or too slow, it affects the pitch, right? So that's why that can happen. So yeah, I forget when they added this feature here in Pro Tools. It's been out for a while. So yeah, I would just make sure that you have these two settings checked off in your Pro Tools preferences, and then you don't have to worry as much about it in the future. Whenever you import audio, you can drag and drop, you can go a little nuts, and it'll be kind of like a safeguard for you. I do think, as a teacher, I do think it's good to learn how it works and learn what the different factors are at play. So still try to dig into that if you can, but check these off and it can help you avoid a big headache in the future. So that's kind of it. Today's a shorty video. That's all I wanted to talk about. If you don't want to deal with any of this technical stuff and you'd rather just work with an engineer on your music, please go to my website. It's catonoise.com. And if you scroll my website, you can learn a little bit more about me, but there's also a get started button that you can click. It's going to ask you like 3 or 4 questions about your music, and then it takes you to a calendar page where you can book a call with me. It's a free, no obligation call. It's just to kind of chat about your music, see what your goals are, see what you're into, see if we're a good fit in terms of like style and genre and what we're doing and how I can actually help you. So yeah, if you're an artist and you'd rather just work with a professional producer on your music, please feel free to hit me up. Again, the website is catonoise.com. Other than that, I have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/catonoise. We have a Discord server that we're hanging out on. We have a book club on the Discord server that's been a lot of fun, and I think you can join for as little as $1 a month. So if you found these videos useful, please consider joining the Patreon. It helps support the channel. It helps keep me independent. And other than that, I come out with new videos on Wednesday, and thank you so much for hanging out. Okay.